Alright, and hello everybody, I'm the Super27 and welcome to another Dokkan Battle video. So I recorded this little race, because this was the final one that Archie said that he was going to be posting, so I figured since this was going to be a little bit of a bittersweet situation, I would go ahead and throw my hat in the ring and actually record one of these, you know, with it being his last one and all. And I did the entire recording, as you can see here, and my audio got corrupted, so even though I have all my footage, none of my actual live commentary survived. So I figured let's make the best of a bad situation, and I'm going to just do post-commentary over my footage. I literally just got done doing this. I was going to do my editing, you know, make my volume sound all nice and pretty, and then I noticed, oh crap, I don't have audio. So here I am kind of just explaining my strategy and explaining that this whole situation, I would love to see you guys, if you haven't seen the original post, if you follow me on Twitter, I actually did repost it. That way I would love to see everyone's time, or you can at me in the comment section of this video. You can tell me like how fast you were able to do it, what team you used, because I know potentially like people could use Topo now, or in a week's time you might be able to use AGL Jiren. But I wanted to really, like, this is his final one. Let's send it off with a hurrah. I want to see everybody giving it as much love and support as possible. And potentially, if you guys enjoy something like this, I might make my own, like, post them to the community tab, or I can post them over on Twitter, because we'll show it at the very end. But they mentioned that someone else in the community could potentially take the mantle and come up with these fun challenges that the rest of the community would be able to take part in and just unify each other by having fun and doing whatever. And I feel like that would be a great thing. So if you guys do enjoy something like this and would like to see it more often with live commentary, because again, making the best out of a bad situation, I just figured instead of re-recording the whole thing, because I already know like generally how fast I can do the event now. I don't want to spoil, it'll show up here at the very end, but I do go through it pretty fast, but a lot of people had a better time than me, and I do feel like I made some misplays that could have optimized my speed here a little bit. So just let me know if you would like to see me do more of these, or even come up with some of my own. But yeah, talking about the strategy here, my strategy with this going into it was my tech and UI. If you didn't see my summoning video, I got them at 55%. So I went into this with the mindset of, I want to transform my tech and UI into, UI, obviously. I want to do that first, because since mine is only at 55%, his base form is naturally going to be weaker than the Rainbow Friend that I brought along. So I figured the Rainbow Friend, he would be able to carry way better than mine would at 100% in base form, as opposed to the, you know, 55%. So we transform it to mine, even though I had mine on turn 2, meaning that would be one turn later before we would actually get to pop the domain. I figured that would be enough, because I didn't know if my unit would be able to really keep up with, like, the offensive support that I would really need him to be. We could get the counters off that way, but ultimately, I do think that was a misplay. I think I should have just popped the active skill as soon as possible. Bring in the units, there really shouldn't be any surprises. The only surprise could maybe be Blue Kaioken. Now, Blue Kaioken, he is actually still really, really good for a fight like this. On this turn, he actually unfortunately gets sealed, and he doesn't get to get some extra attacks off. But we'll see here in a little bit that he actually has a devastating attack. His Spirit Bomb probably is still one of the most damaging attacks that you can do in the game. Like, the one single attack, because he does greatly stack. Obviously, he links up incredibly well with his entire team. Even though his defense is certainly nothing to stand out, in a weaker fight like this, where the most devastating super happens on turn 7, and you don't really have to worry about him getting caught by normals as long as he has his guard up. And since we're moving so fast, you pretty much have the guard for the entire fight. I feel like that was pretty much like a null factor, but I brought him since I also don't have the Int Team Universe 7. I do recognize that character would probably be better for this fight, overall just having naturally higher attack stats, naturally being able to support the rest of the rotation a little bit better, but from lack of options, that's what I decided to do. I did also consider running Kefla, but Kefla has those animations where at the start of each turn she transforms, and those would naturally just sap away some of your time, so I figured, let's just not even worry about that, let's not even like add that factor in, let's just run a full Reps of Universe 7 team, because it is just stupidly powerful, and this was really fun. During the video, I feel like I was just frantically talking because I had no idea what I had to do, because my strategy ultimately didn't work out too well. Like, right here is where I ultimately decided, I'm like, hey, I'm actually not going to use the domain. I think that was ultimately a misplay, because we could have killed him slightly faster on this turn. And there were a couple of instances like that where I missed a 24 key with either Evoken, or excuse me, not Evoken, AGL MUI or SSBE. I missed a 24 key, so that first attack wasn't a crit, meaning I'm missing out on a lot of damage. We can see right here that even though Tech MUI is doing decent damage, if he were to be transformed, obviously he would have had those counters at the start of the turn. His supers would be doing more damage. He would be giving support to this whole rotation. But I was just stuck in my mindset that I was like, I was more afraid of my 55% unit not being able to do enough damage, as opposed to this unit not being able to do enough damage. But again, this was really fun. I would encourage anyone who likes just the game in general to kind of challenge yourself, because normally I'm someone who plays much slower. I like to really think through my plays. I'm someone who generally likes to have just set rotations as well. Sometimes I have to screw up those rotations, but I like to think that I know a thing or two about this game, and I really know how to, like, maneuver my units. I know what to expect from my units, how to play my units, and whatever. So being able to, like, get rid of that factor entirely, just having to slide units across the screen as fast as possible, click on orbs as fast as possible, not always checking to see if you're picking the most optimal orb path. Because, again, I did miss 24 keys a few times throughout this run, and there were a couple times where, like, Evoken probably could have gotten more rainbow orbs, or maybe I could have gotten, like, SSBE hit a few more times. It's the same thing with, like, Blue Kaioken. I feel like even though I made some pretty smart decisions, since this was just such a naturally adverse or much different way that I'm used to playing the game, I feel like there were a lot of fumbles that I made, and again, this run could be heavily optimized. Like, right here, having these guys not finish the turn when they did, that way they had to launch their supers, that could have potentially happened. On this upcoming turn right here, we're going to see that I do one-phase it, but just because of a few little alterations that could have been made, like I could have got a hit a potential system additional in a few of these spots, you know, RNG, this probably wasn't the best RNG run, because Evolution Blue Vegeta, he could have killed on this turn if he got the hidden potential system, and he did not get it, meaning we see he's getting hit like 4 times there in the back. And Golden Frieza in 17, they have a very long 18 key. It's much longer than a lot of other 18 keys. So unfortunately, that was a time loss right here because we didn't get the additional right there. So we have to watch this super long animation, but overall, it doesn't really matter too much because, as we see, we're getting rid of it. And we're now entering into the final stage right here, and we're going to just be able to see why Blue Kaioken Goku does have that dog in him. We knocked off more than half of this kid's health bar, and I was kind of fumbling with my rotations there. I probably didn't have to worry about it too much. But we just throw Tech MUI into slot 1, he supers, and then we win. So this is going to be the final time right here. It's like 11 minutes and 16 seconds, I believe. Yep, 11 minutes and 16 seconds. So down in the comment section on this video, or over on Twitter, again, feel free to @me. Let me know if you beat my time. I would love to see it. And again, since this is Archie's final post, I would love for you guys to go show some love and support over there. Again, I did retweet it, so you can find it super easily, as long as you follow me. Or, I mean, if you're following me, you're probably following him as well. But here I am, at the end of the video, I'm just talking about how I want to say thank you to you guys, because if you don't know, I just made a community post, but last night, as of when I was live streaming, I actually hit 500 subscribers. Now, if you don't know the full story of my journey, I've been doing YouTube for a little bit over a year now, a year and a half, is what we're roughly pushing. And it took me that long to get 195 subscribers. And within the last month, I just hit 500. And, like, the growth is incredible. We're building such a really fun community. I'm seeing a lot of regulars show up in my comment section. I believe some of you guys even come to check out my Twitch and my Twitter, like all my other socials, which I really do appreciate. Just helping share our community's love. It's helping me out a ton. We're halfway to 1,000 now, which feels way more obtainable than ever before. So I do just really sincerely from the bottom of my heart want to say thank you guys so much. You guys are incredible, and I can't wait to see where we go next, what comes next. Again, if you enjoy me and you want to help support me in other ways, again, I do have a Twitch as well as a Twitter. I'm very regular on both of them. I usually stream 3 to 4 times a week. Twitter, I usually post like a lot one day, and then I I kind of taper off as the week goes on, and then I've replied to like every comment on there like I do with my YouTube comment section. But yeah, here I am showing up the post one final time because he mentioned in the homie Jumbo Shark, when he did it in the comment section, or the reply to that, he said hopefully someone can take my mantle. So maybe, again, if you guys do enjoy this, we could start doing those or something along those lines. But I think that is going to be it for now. So again, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate everything. For 500, if you know what you want to see for a 500 subscribers like special, let me know. But that is going to be all for this time, guys. So as always, I've been the SweetBro27, and I am signing off.